In this video, I want you to watch me build an AI agent live. I'm going to be doing an entire build out with you right now live. That's going to book me 5, 6, 7 sales calls a day completely on autopilot, which is insane. We're going to build it live together, and I'm also going to show you some insights and things that I'm learning building this new AI agency offer that I have. We're going to be answering questions that people leave on the comments on this channel. And if you're new here, I built an estimate made to 30 grand a month, a coaching business to 48 grand a month. And I'm building an AI offer from scratch on this channel every single day, uploading every single day so you can see me along the process. That's essentially what this channel is for. Now, let's go ahead and let's build this thing. Okay, so if I pop up right here, you can see we have a million tabs open. That's how you know we've been cooking. It's late at night, but I got to get these daily videos out. All right, so essentially we have a couple of AI agents built. Now, I'm finally using the tool that I was telling everybody about. I was going to go 50-50 with a business partner that was going to handle fulfillment on this new offer. Long story short, it fell through. So we're going to be using Agent Kong as the actual AI agent software that we're going to be implementing it. Think of it like a Go High Level, but for AI agents. If you want access to this, I'll have my affiliate link down below that I would love for you to use. And this stuff is really, really cool. So I built a couple of these AI agents I'm going to show you. I built one for the actual clients that I'm delivering for, and I also am building one right now that I'm going to finish with you for my funnel exactly. Now, in order for us to progress, we got the cold outreach going, so we're using this software to manually send. I think we're sending, around like 70 a day right now. We just got to scale this to a couple hundred a day. That's how we're going to hit our first 10K month with this. But in order to do this, we need to have the whole messaging, the whole funnel congruent, right? And everything starts with the offer. So essentially, we got to the point where we built this offer in a way where we're simply going to work with realtors and install an appointment setter AI agent into their business that will just automatically book all of their appointments. Now, one thing that you're doing when you're starting a new offer is the best offers in the world completely eliminate pain, right? I covered that in yesterday's video. But we have to make sure there's a pain there in the first place. So one thing that I decided to do today is I went and I had a couple of conversations with some old realtor clients of mine. I took out their last name just so you wouldn't look them up. And I got on the phone, I talked to these guys, and I got some feedback based on how these AI agents would best help them and they would find the most valuable, right? Now, my first client, he walked me through, his name's Alex, a realtor in South Florida, and he said, hey, dude, my current funnel is I'm sending mailers, like basically a box to homeowners' homes, people that they're called expired listings, right? He'll send this box to an expired listing. They'll open it up and it'll be a custom AI video of the agent. This is what he's built, right? An AI video of the agent that basically is a pitch, a VSL, to get them to book an appointment. The lead scans a QR code, and then he told me where we could actually implement an AI agent here, or where he would find it most valuable, is if we sent this mailer out, people scan the QR code in the box, then like an intake form pops up and they submit their name, number, and email. Once that happens, we have the AI agent go in and message them and get the people that didn't book an appointment to actually book and get the people that did book to confirm it or to reschedule if they need to, etc. So that was a use case that he told me about. Another client is my client, Noah. Now, Noah told me that this stuff was super cool. He's a really experienced agent, super cool guy that actually is using AI agents and building them now. And he told me the most valuable thing that he could do is essentially, or that I could build, is a AI agent in real estate specifically that could automatically follow up with everybody in their sphere of influence. He was telling me a little bit about this. He said that the money's in relationships in real estate, and he was saying that if you could build something that could reach out to everybody in his network and start a conversation when it's somebody's birthday or like a 1-year anniversary of them moving in, or they just had a kid, those are conversations that start the actual transaction process for the agent. And that's something he told me to build and something I'll be looking into here real soon. Now, I still believe that the lowest barrier to entry thing we could do is simply implement 3 AI agents right now, because this sphere of influence one, it's going to be a little tricky. I'm going to have to do certain things with Go High Level where it could remember when a prospect's birthday is. It could like go and find out when they had a kid and they posted it on Facebook. That one's a little bit harder. But what I know I could implement to somebody right now are 3 tools. So I'm just going to write them here on this note just so you see it. Let me go all the way down. Essentially, what we're going to implement is the first being the AI agent setter, right? So it doesn't matter if they're doing mailers like the client that I told you, or if they're doing ads, or if they're doing outreach. we are going to be able to plug in an AI agent, which I'm going to show that to you right here. This is called the seller lead agent. So this will interact with all the people that are looking to sell their home. And the way the software works, it's very simple. You start with an agent trigger. You don't do anything here. This is just how you connect it to Go High Level to be able to start the combo. And we're going to select iMessage and SMS. Now, we could also do email, Instagram. You see we have all these options where we could hit a lead. For this example, this is for a realtor that wants to communicate with a seller lead, right? If we go into iMessage, you can see that I just finished building this whole process out. I'm not going to spend a lot of time breaking this down unless you want me to in a future video, because we're going to be building one of these live for my offer. But essentially what the AI agent does is it's trained on the actual person themselves. It has the whole, I actually haven't updated this, but there's so many cool features that are going to come into this AI agent stuff, and it's really, really sick. Essentially, let's say somebody, I work with a realtor who's running Facebook ads to get seller leads. They get a seller lead. The first thing the AI agent's going to do, it's going to confirm their name. So we're going to confirm they're speaking with that person. If they aren't, then we're going to find out if they're thinking about selling. These are all things that we're telling the AI agent to do. And you can see how it all comes clearly together. So have they gotten a recent renovation on the home? Are they motivated to sell? Do they have any deeper pain, any motivation what was the motivation for them to opt in the first place if they said that they're not looking to sell their home? Have they had it evaluated before? Do they have a realtor? Are they open to an appointment? Are they hesitant to book? And let's get them booked in, and then we connect the agent's calendar and it knows their availability, and the AI agent does all of this seamlessly. Now, so that's essentially, I had to build this out first because when I go to film my VSL, I'm going to want these things on there, right? I think, especially with AI, as I'm noticing speaking with some of these realtors, a lot of people are skeptical that it's just like a ChatGPT wrapped up in some fancy wrapping paper. This is completely different from ChatGPT, and this Agent Kong was built on a setter's mind. Like, think of it, when you go and hire a setting team, you have to train your setters. Essentially what they did is they trained a setter one time, and then you could plug it in infinitely into companies. The only thing we're doing is we're adjusting what the AI agent should do at each stage, what information we need to collect, how many times do we follow up, et cetera, which I think is sick. So today I built that seller lead agent, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to demo it in my VSL Live. So when I go to film my VSL, and the best thought that I have right now is just because we're in the early stages of this, I believe what I'll do is potentially waive the 5K setup fee for the first like 1 to 3 guys is what I'm thinking to get some momentum, and just charge them for this software. You could pull a similar play to Go High Level, right? Go High Level, you give it to your clients for free, but you can end up charging them $100, $200 a month, so they could keep it running. So maybe I have them just pay for that and then pay the 5K at the end of our engagement or when they do close a deal through it. That would be way easier to start getting some people in the door and start getting some case studies with it. That's also what I want to do with my past clients, is I'm setting up times to speak with them. I'm trying to get people to start using this so they could start giving feedback and becoming a case study with it. So to answer the first question, I'm sorry, to get back here, we're implementing an AI agent setter. We're implementing a database reactivation AI agent. So essentially what this will do is, like, if we look in my CRM right here, you should see how, if I go here, I have thousands of leads. I think the actual number, I have 3,200 leads, right? What I can do is I could use the database reactivation agent for myself, and it'll go and start these 3,000 conversations right now with people and basically get them booked in. So we're going to implement that for realtors. If they have a big CRM with thousands of leads, it's going to be super valuable and can easily get them a deal. The last thing we're going to implement is the appointment no-show AI agent. Essentially what this will do is this will reach out to people once they book an appointment, and it's going to be to either confirm the appointment, get them to confirm it, or if they need to reschedule it, or if they ended up no-showing, we come back and get them rescheduled again. These are the 3 setters or AI agents that we're going to be implementing for realtors. And now that I have more clarity on this, I could actually go and make a VSL, and I'm going to showcase it live, right? So we're in the seller lead AI agent that I built, and one feature they have is the test flow. So you can see that I actually did it right here. I wonder if I could make this larger. Here, I'm just going to expand on this. So you see this here. So you see we had this mock conversation, and I just gave it very simple responses. So this is texting me as if it is a realtor, and I am the lead, right? It said, hi, just confirming, am I speaking with Christian? I said, no, it's C-Rod. Said, thanks for clarifying. Were you considering selling your home soon or interested in a free home evaluation? I said, yeah, possibly, open to evaluation. It said, what has you thinking about selling your home right now? Honestly, my mom just died and I got to get rid of it. Let's just say that that's a reason for selling. Knock on wood. I'm really sorry for your loss. Has the house ever been professionally evaluated before? No. Then it said, are you currently under a listing agreement? No. So you see, this is hitting certain nodes that we built in this actual workflow to make sure that they don't have another realtor they're working with, that they're motivated to selling, that we have the right lead, etc. And then ultimately it'll get them booked onto the calendar, although I don't have a calendar set up on this one. But that chat is an example of what I could show a realtor so they see in real time the effect that it could have. I notice people are skeptical to AI, like, oh, it's just some fancy thing. You can see I even noted it down here. The first guy, he actually, overall feedback, he said he doesn't have the time right now. He's going to come back in like a couple of weeks to do this because he's just starting launching this lead gen campaign. And I wrote down overall feedback from a client is that he saw it as a nice to have and not a need to have. And so what I need to figure out is basically how can I show these people that with this system, they need it, first of all. They definitely need it. It solves a massive problem they have, and it can make them more money. That's what I need to show them in my actual marketing. And so what I'm going to build right now. So that's kind of a little bit of strategy on what I'm building in the back end for the business. As for the actual AI agent that I'm using for myself, we're using Instagram cold DMs as the top of funnel. So this is the software that I use to send out Instagram DMs automatically. So this is the first message plus any follow-ups across all of my different accounts. Ooh, it looks like account 10 got, oh, we ran out of, huh. Oh, interesting. Okay, I believe we ran out of leads. Yeah, it looks like we ran out of leads on the Miami account. But anyways, we're setting the outreach here. What I needed to figure out is, Agent Kong, it works with the it works with Instagram. Like you could add Instagram as the actual trigger down here where it could send them an Instagram DM. The only issue is it connects to Instagram through Go High Level. And on Go High Level, you could only have one Instagram account connected, from what I know. So I don't want to have to manually appointment set, especially if that's what I'm selling to people. So instead, here's what the flow's actually going to look like. Essentially, what is going to happen is, I believe this is actually the one that we're going to be using. Hear me out. This is basically what the funnel looks like. I think it's better if I just show it to you. This is kind of what I was just drawing out. We're sending cold DMs top of funnel, right? Let me grab my markers so you could see this here. So top of funnel, what we're doing here is we're sending Instagram cold DMs. And if we can get this to 1,000 DMs a day, we're going to have enough attention. And the Instagram cold DM is basically pitching them a video, right? And the video solves their problem and shows them how we're using AI, etc. Once the lead responds yes, like, yes, Christian, I want to see the video, we have to send them our VSL. But what I want to happen is I want the AI agent to be able to send it to them and have a conversation with them. We can't do it over Instagram, but we can do it over SMS and email to all of these leads. So essentially, what we're going to do, very simple, is the DMs are going to be going out on Instagram, right? If I go here, you should be able to see this lead right here. Like if I go to my dashboard and you see some of the responses that we've gotten. Look, this guy didn't give a positive response. He said, who are you? I do 50 grand a month at GCI. How can you help me? So I still could set this lead. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to scrape the lead's phone number, name, and email on their Instagram page since every realtor has it available. If you're not serving a market that has their info everywhere, you're going to have to ask them for it, right? But here's the plan. We're going to be sending out these outreach messages, these pitches. When people say yes, like this guy said, sure, I'm open to it, we're going to grab their name, number, and email. We're going to come into Go High Level. We're going to add them as a contact in our CRM. So we're going to add their first name, email, etc. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into automation and we're going to create a workflow that's going to allow us to essentially, once we plug in the contact into Go High Level, it'll trigger Agent Kong to start sending out the SMS and emails to these leads. So if I do it this way, we bypass the fact that we can't have an AI agent setting across all 10 Instagram accounts that we have. But what we can do is we can get the attention from Instagram, we get the leads from Instagram, and then we message them on text. And then on text, the AI agent will set them onto an appointment and we'll be able to book appointments on autopilot. That's the workaround that I had to find. If you're running ads, it's super simple connecting AgentCon to it. But if you're doing an outreach process like a mass quantity approach like I'm doing, which is automated, you're going to need a workaround, which is to get people into the CRM by scraping their info and then using that as the trigger to trigger the AI agent to start the conversation. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this, right? So this is the AI agent for my business. And if I go to iMessage and SMS, here's how we're going to set it up. I started working on the first part of it, so you can see here. But essentially, we're going to add a milestone. So if you go here, you can see we have a milestone. We added a milestone right here. And you can see that we trained it to understand the goal and the extra instructions that we have for the AI agent. This is the start of the conversation. So you see how we said, for the goal is to reach out to the lead that responded to us on Instagram, remind them who we are and drop a link to the video that we made for them, and immediately ask a follow-up question to continue the conversation towards an appointment book. That's the goal. The extra instructions is to say exactly this when starting the conversation. Hey, first name, it's Christian from IG. Here's the video walking through how we book appointments for realtors using AI. I'm going to send a Loom video. This is just a placement holder. Right after sending that first message, ask a follow-up question in regards to what they're doing for lead generation to see if it can integrate with the AI. You see what I'm saying? Now for the output, one of four options are going to happen. A, they're going to respond to us on SMS and they're going to say, yes, I saw the video, Christian. Or actually, that's not what's going to happen. Since we're sending it to them on text, they're simply going to say, yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, so, because I had initially made this flow, so when somebody responded yes on Instagram, I would then send them the VSL on Instagram and then text them to go appointment setting mode. But I don't think that would be I think there'd be a big fall off rate between when people respond on Instagram and then see a text message and respond to the text. So you'll see how we do it. If I pull up ChatGPT, you can see that I'm actually talking to GPT about this. And it says it prefers me sending the video via SMS and not IG. And it makes a lot of sense, right? And this is essentially how we're going to do it. Basically, if I go here, this is kind of the flow. DM1. So after they positively respond, we're going to send them this message. We're going to say, awesome. The video breaks down exactly how we're helping realtors like you book listing appointments using AI. IG blocks most links, so I just texted it to the number I saw in your profile. Let me know if that's a CRM number, because a lot of realtors, the number they have on their Instagram is the number that they use in their CRM to call leads. So I said, let me know if that's a CRM number or and you want it to your cell instead. Then when we go, the automation, the AI agent will say exactly what we said. Here's the video. Let me know what stands out. Follow up 2 to 3 minutes later. Okay. And that's it. And that's kind of the flow. So we need to see what's the outcome here. We're sending them a message. We're saying, hey, here's the video. And then we're asking a follow-up. I think we should edit what the follow-up actually is. So we could do it like this. We could say, right after sending that first message, ask a follow-up questions in regards to what they're doing for lead generation. Say it like this. By the way, super curious what your main lead generation. All right, I'm gonna need to move this down a little bit and zoom out. Super curious what your main lead generation source is. Would love to see if it integrates. Would love to see if we could utilize the AI agent alongside it. We could start with that. Now, what's the outcome to this question? So we're saying, what's your main lead generation source? Question mark. So they're either going to say, I'm going to say they mention, or maybe what I do is instead I write, so here's what we could do. We could send them the video and then the follow-up question could be like, hey, we could say like, by the way, just wanted to make sure that you actually remembered this conversation from Instagram. So right after sending that message, okay, so we'll do it like this. We'll say, right after sending that first message, ask a follow-up question to continue the conversation. Say something along the lines of, and then we're gonna say, by the way, just wanted to make sure I had this is okay. Then we'll grab this, we'll add, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add a node. So I'm gonna save this. And then if they, let's say for like the first possible output, we're gonna add a milestone and we're gonna call this milestone, let's see, we're gonna say, current lead gen. So this is going to be the question. The goal, we're going to put this. So the goal, we're going to say figure out what they are doing to generate leads in their business. So you see what I'm saying? Actual instructions. Ask a question along the lines of this one. Then I'm going to delete this. Figure out what they are doing to generate leads in their business. Figure out what they're doing to generate leads in their business. So we're just going to save this. So just so we have an overall overview. The rest of these boxes, these are just templated things that I got from like a template that I got from the founder of the software. But yeah, we're basically starting the conversation and we're saying like, hey, here's the link to the video. By the way, just want to make sure I had the right number. This is John, right? They'll say yes. So I'm going to change these outputs. So they're going to say, it's either going to say, yes, they confirmed their identity. You're saying, no, we have the wrong number / person. See what I'm saying? Yeah, basically this. So can I remove this? And then I'm going to say, yes, they confirmed that they are, and I'm just going to put the like user first name. And then I'm going to get rid of this one. So you see how this has two possible outcomes, right? And you'll see me test it as well, because I'm not like super knowledgeable in AI just yet, but like this is very simple for me after spending an hour, 2 hours today, like playing around with it. So the outcome of this initial conversation is like, yes, they confirm they are that person, or they say that like this name is not them, right? So if they are that person, we're going to send them to this part of the combo, which is asking them, you know, what they're doing to generate leads in their business. What are the possible output flows for this? Well, they say they rely on, I'm just going to say they reveal how they generate leads and clients for their business. They do not telling us what they do. These are the possible outcomes, let's say. Then what I could do is, so I wonder if I could just delete all of these. Yeah. I'm just gonna delete these to kind of clean it up a little bit. Because I kind of have a gist on how you make these. So again, this was from a template, right? But if I come here, delete this, delete all of these, you'll see it just kind of looks cleaner, dude. So again, we're starting with reaching out. Let me make this way bigger. So we're reaching out, we're confirming it's them. I don't know why this looks like this. Anyways, if they do confirm that they are that person, then our next step is to figure out what they're doing to generate leads in their business. And if they reveal how they generate leads and clients for their business, then we're going to click add. We're going to add another milestone, and then we're going to basically probe on setting / follow up. So we're going to say figure out if they spend a lot of time calling and following up with leads. Figure out if they believe they could be doing a better job staying top of mind in front of prospects. Extra instructions here. We're going to say for extra instructions, we're going to say we want them to reveal, we want to ask questions to get them to reveal to us that they are struggling to call all of their leads / spending hours a day calling their leads / not following up enough. You see what I'm saying? So this is like the main pain point we're hitting. We also have to do the conditions here. So if they don't tell us what they're doing to generate leads at all, we're going to have to add another milestone here. We're going to have to say, figure out what they would like, figure out what result they would like to achieve using AI in their business. Output flows revealed what they desired / problem they want solved. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Once they reveal what they desire, then this is all gonna like link in together. So I'm gonna have to name this one to keep it organized. I'm gonna say probe for a desire / pain. That's what I'm gonna call it. We'll save this. You'll see me test this all in a second. It's gonna be sick. Okay, so we're getting them to reach out. We're figuring out what they're currently doing for lead gen. Then, okay, we'll just leave this here for now. We're gonna have to add in something else there. We figure out what they do for lead gen. We probe on their, I'm just gonna call it their setting flow. So figure out if they spend a lot of time calling and following up, please figure out. Yeah, so the outcomes of this, we're going to edit. We're going to add the outputs. You see how we're building this, right? If you want to do something similar. Edit. Output. They revealed a pain point / desire they want from using AI agents. So we'll just enter that. So obviously we need to have other outputs because other outputs could come about this. Maybe they could say they don't have any leads, right? But this is just kind of so you can see it tested out, and so I could just start implementing it. So if they say how they generate leads, then we probe on their setting because we want to reveal a pain point or a desire with that, since that's what our AI helps with. If they say they do not generate leads at all or not telling us what they do for leads, then we probe for a desire or pain. If they revealed what they desire or the problem they want solved, this is all going to link up to this next question. And we could see how best we can make this next question. So through this point in the call, they told us like, hey, I run ads. Then they told us that they don't follow up with their leads enough. Then what we could do is we could say, we could do like worth a chat. So we could say, the goal for this is figure out if they believe it would be worth a chat to see how they could implement AI agents into their business. Extra instructions, we could say do not reveal the price. We could also change this question. Okay, we could do it like this instead, actually. Okay. We could do for current lead gen, we could say main bottleneck. Figure out what the main bottleneck they believe they have in their business. The 4 main bottlenecks are usually not enough leads, not enough high quality, not enough leads, poor quality leads, proper follow-up, and we'll say not enough time. Okay. Ask questions to figure out what their main bottleneck is. We want them to reveal that they are not spending nearly enough time calling / following up with leads. They reveal their main bottleneck. They are not giving us the info we need. You see what we're saying? So now we understand their main bottleneck, and then when they reveal their main bottleneck, then we could probe on their setting flow. I came up with a one-liner to the offer, which I'm thinking is something like, I had ChatGPT make a couple variations that I could show you. I wonder if I could find it for you. But yeah, I've been cooking with ChatGPT today. Lead rich, time poor, lead starved agents, Trying to figure out. Well, yeah, essentially what we're doing is we're helping them close more deals without needing new leads, and we're doing it on autopilot for them using these AI agents, right? So when they reveal their main bottleneck, then we probe on their setting flow. I don't know how I feel about that one. So let's say they say, hey, my main bottleneck has been like, I don't have time to follow up with leads. Imagine. So we could say, figure out. I wonder if we should just go. Figure out if having an AI agent confirms last risk. Yeah, so figure out if having an AI agent is something they want in their business. We want to ask questions. We want them to show commitment into learning how they could implement AI into their business. If they are giving dry / one-word responses, ask questions to make sure they've seen the video. They revealed at least somewhat of a desire into implementing AI into their business. If so, then we move on here. Now we're making progress. we're going to say worth a chat. Figure out if they believe it would be worth a chat. Figure out if they'd be open to getting on a call to see how we could implement into their market and marketing and marketing and lead gen. Do not reveal the price. Make sure if they ask, we could say if they ask about the price, make sure to be transparent in that we are just starting this, but have worked with over 50 agents in the US. In the US, the beta group gets the 5K upfront fee. We'll say the beta group of 3 to 5 realtors gets no upfront fee whatsoever. I don't want it to say that. No. Because then I'm gonna have to edit it soon. No. Sorry about that. Do not tell them the price. Make sure you tell them this is a custom AI solution for their business and market. It depends on exactly what these AI agents could do for them and the scale they want them on. Make sure you tell them there are no hard sales tactics. They'll simply receive a demo, learn how it could help them specifically, and if both of us, and if we see it as mutually beneficial, we can go over what it looks like to partner with us. I like the term partner instead of like being like an agency. So I'm going to save those changes. Output flows. I'm just going to add in. They are open to meeting. Okay, very simple one. Then we're gonna, let me see how, booking, fully automated booking system that handles new bookings, rescheduling, cancellations, no manual. I wonder if we have to suggest a time in here. I'm sure I have another. Like if I go to the seller lead agent, we should be able to see this here. Boom. I could also go. I mean, this is the one that we're on, no? Yeah. Okay, I could go figure out. Okay, I got it. Let's delete this for now. Let's add in a milestone. We'll say find a time, a goal. I wonder, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll just mess around with this then. Let me delete this node. Let me just do booking and we'll see how it performs. So in however long it's been, we've built an entire AI agent. So here's how it's going to work, okay? First of all, let's edit the settings so you can see why the conversation is happening. We are doing cold DMs on Instagram to get in front of these realtors. We're giving them a picture on how we can implement AI agents to automatically book appointments into their calendar. Is to get a video. Once they say yes to the pitch, once they say yes to our pitch, we scrape So now we're giving AI context as to how the lead came in. Once they say yes to our pitch, we scrape their name / number / email. We add them to our CRM. We trigger the AI agent, and and we trigger, and it triggers this conversational flow. The goal is to send them the video right away, ask the right questions to find a pain / desire, and get them booked or confirmed on our calendar if they booked through the video itself. Okay, we've just trained it. So never talk about prices. So advanced response rules to lead asks how much it costs, because it all depends on what the real needs of the business. Yeah, exactly. Okay, AI typos. So it adds typos to make it seem real. So we're doing 3% of every 100 words are going to be typoed. We have a 25-second message delay, which I'm not a big fan of. AI will wait 25 seconds before generating a response. This is a huge thing as well, by the way, because most AI bots and agents are given away when they respond instantly. What I'm thinking is we'll leave like well, at least for the example right now, I'll do like a 1-second delay just so we're not waiting all day. Character limit 255. If we're sending them on text right here, like it'll turn them into text bubbles. So instead of just sending one massive paragraph, it'll send out multiple messages with 60 character limit per text message, and then a 2 to 6 second delay when the texts are going out. And it'll show people actually typing. So like it is insane. Follow-ups, we have follow-up 1 after 1 day, follow-up 2 after 1 day, 3 after 2 days, and 4 after 2 days, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So I'm going to save these settings, and we're going to test the flow just so you see how it works. This objective is not active. Okay, so if I go boom, now if I test the flow, you'll see me, I'm going to restart the chat here. So how do I restart the chat? So I'm starting a new session. This is me talking to my setter. So it should start the conversation and like pretend that I am a lead. I responded on Instagram and then I received this text, right? And we're going to see how it works. So, hey, I'm testing. So that's the name of me as a lead that I selected that contact. The name of me when I inputted it into Go High Level was I'm testing. So it would say, hey, John, right? Hey, John, it's Christian from IG. Here's the video walking through how we book appointments for realtors. This will be a hyperlink since it's on text. By the way, super curious what your main lead generation source is. We'd love to see if we could utilize the AI agent alongside it. Oh, okay. We messed up somewhere. We don't want this as the first message. So yeah, we want to delete this. So if I go here. I see. I see the problem. Come on, let me edit. Okay, I need to zoom out. Okay, if I save that, let's restart that. So it should ask a different question. We don't want to go exactly for that question just yet. You see how it's in multiple bubbles as well, which is super cool. We're starting a new session, so let's see how it goes. By the way, okay, yeah, so hey, here's the video. By the way, just wanted to make sure I had the right number. This is I'm testing, right? I'm gonna say no, what the heck, what the hell? I don't want to curse on YouTube. No, what the hell? This is Christian. Let's see what it says. It should wait only 1 second since we prompted it to that. You see it on the left right here. This is the actual log of the session. So look, your AI agent received the message. No, what the heck? This is Christian. That's the input. And then it'll text us back here in about a second. Oh, no. So we messed it up again because look, if I didn't connect this output where the lead says the first name is not them. I wonder if we just connect it. You get what I'm saying? Like this has no endpoint. So if I just like grab this and connect it here, it'll just continue the conversation even if it's like the wrong person. Matter of fact, we could actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a milestone, and we're going to drag it down here, and we're going to say they confirmed realtor. We'll just call it. We're going to say goal, figure out the lead's name and make sure they are a real estate agent. The output of this is going to be very simple. They're going to say, yes, they are a realtor. Figure out if they are a real estate agent. Yes, they are a realtor. No, we have wrong number. And then, you see what I'm saying? So it'll then ask if they are a real estate agent. If they are a realtor, then we're just going to send them here. You see? So I bet you if I test it now, hopefully it's saved, and I restart chat session, this should work if I say, like, no, it's not Christian, right? Like, I want to build this in a way where I can make it bulletproof and just continue to test it until it's insane. So, yeah, we'll say, no, sorry, this is Christian. And then it'll get that. So you see, we'll go all the way to the booking section, except we're going to need to install our calendar on here to get it actually booked on. So I said, no, sorry, this is Christian. Come on, respond. You're taking so long, man. Oh, got it, Christian. Just to check, are you in real estate or an agent yourself? Yes, I'm a realtor. I should instruct it to like fill them in about like what we do to refresh their memory, figure out if they are a real estate agent, and refresh their memory. So I'm going to add an instruction. I'm going to say, make sure you reiterate that we were having a convo with the lead via Instagram. I had mentioned, I'm going to say, let's just say this has come down here. Just so you see how I'm editing this. Make sure you reiterate that we're having a conversation with the lead via Instagram. I had mentioned an AI agent I created that could, I mentioned AI agent I created that could help them close more deals from their existing leads without lifting a finger. It's like a cool little punchline, you know? Existing. Boom. All right, now it'll adjust next time we do it. So it said, nice. What would you say is your biggest challenge right now? Getting enough leads, lead quality, following up, or just not having enough time? So I'm going to edit this. So I'm right now what I'm doing is I'm training it. So I'm going to say, if I edit this, I'm going to say, make sure when you ask questions here that you say it in a way where they associate this biggest bottleneck to stopping them from scaling the business. So we'll just call it like that. Either way, this is a pretty solid text. So I'm going to say, honestly, man, I just can't follow up with leads. I'm going to adjust this over time to be more centered towards that main problem we solve, at least with this version. But maybe we add in an AI agent that helps with lead gen as well, like my client was recommending me. That'll just come in the future. I believe we'll be able to sell this. Look, you see, and it came to the imagine section now. Totally get that. Would it help if an AI agent could text all of your leads, keep combos going, and even book or reschedule appointments for you automatically? Yes, that would be great. You see how it acknowledges our text? Like, that's insane, dude. This is so freaking solid. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I'm just very tired, so I'm not enthusiastic about it. But, like, this stuff is literally insane. Like, insane. Awesome. This is a custom AI solution built for your business and market. No hard sales tactics, just a demo to see how it can help you specifically. Should I send you some time to hop on a quick call? Yeah, sure. Okay. and then it'll go for the booking, but it'll realize that we don't have a calendar connected, so it'll make something up. But regardless, that's kind of the flow that we have set up for right now. I think it's pretty solid. I'm going to definitely need to edit it and adjust it and train it. But what I can do is if I go into workflow right here, let me just make a copy of this one. So I'm going to duplicate workflow. We're going to say it is new IG lead. We'll say AI agent. We'll go ahead and create. That's the old one that I had for my outreach campaign. So the trigger, so you see this here, the trigger will be form submitted, right? And if I come, like, I'm going to show you how we do this. This is the best process I've seen to do this. So if I go to sites and I go to forms and I go to form builder, you'll see that I have a form to submit because I've done this before. Is it VSL opt-in? I don't believe. Maybe it is. So it's not going to be exactly this one. I missed it. I must have missed it. Oh, VA add lead section right here. So new Instagram cold DM lead. So I'm just going to duplicate this. And I'm going to say, I'm just going to put AI agent. So the only manual part of this process will be scraping the phone number, name, and email of the lead. But we could automate that with just having a VA or some type of AI flow that I'm just not familiar with yet. Essentially, we're just going to have a form that says first name, last name, phone number, email, who received this lead. This is if you have setters and that type of thing, but I do not. Additional notes the team should know when they call this lead. If none, leave blank. Okay, so this is good right here. So what you'll see is now that I save this, if I go out here, if I go back to automations, if I go into this one, now when I go and scrape the phone number, email, and name to the lead, I can make sure that the form submitted is this one. So once I submit that form, like, hey, we got a new lead, I'm going to show you me doing it. It's going to create or update an opportunity. It's going to add them into not contacted, which is fine. The only thing that I need, the only thing that I need is I'm going to take out assign to user because we don't have a setter anymore. So delete this. We're going to add a tag. We'll just add a tag. And then here's what we need. We need a webhook. So if I come here and we do a webhook, if I go to the AI agent and I go here, all I need to do is go to the agent hub, this section, copy the agent trigger URL, come back here, method. Oh shit, I don't know what method this is. We'll just say post, I guess, and we'll slap in the URL. Save action. I have a suggestion for you. What's this AI telling me? Nah, screw that. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to save this. I'm going to publish it and save it. And so now, let's say that, let's say I go back here. Let's say I submit my own info. So all I need to do for this is just have this form basically pulled up. So if I just have this form pulled up, preview. Yeah, like I could just have it pulled up like this. Let's say I enter in my info, and let's say I go like this. Let's say I go 786. Let's say I go like test@gmail.com. So let's just say I do it like this. We'll just call it first name. We'll call it C-Rod. Last name, we'll call it testing, and we'll submit. Oh, invalid phone number. Great. There you go. So what should happen, hear me out, because it's all coming together, is if I pull up, so this should fire. This AI agent should go out. So if I go to dashboard, you should see 2 leads contacted and 1 lead reply. You'll see this go out right here. So if I go to conversations, you see how we have all the conversations here, similar to a CRM. I'm going to go ahead and submit this. When I submit this, what should happen is I should have this automation go out where it adds them as a contact. Creator opt. I mean, this should also create a contact, no? Yeah, this should create a contact. Okay. Oh, let's just see if it works. So we're going to submit. Your new lead has been added to the CRM. If I go here, this means, yeah, we had one trigger. If I go to contacts, you should see C-Rod testing. No, it's not testing. Okay, we're going to have to redo that then. So if I go back to automation here and I go into here, I'm going to need it to create a contact, you know, select fields, standard fields, you know, first name. Wait, how does this connect? Am I tripping? I might be tripping. So they submit this form. It doesn't create a contact. I wonder if it still works in the CRM. Oh, okay, it worked. Look at this. So it went out. The template, this is the name of it. So I'm just going to call it DM setting agent. I'm going to say Spire for my company. We'll go with Jarvis. We'll go with Jarvis. We already have a Jarvis. We'll stick with Jay, so we'll go John. His name is John. Update agent. So, yeah, he's right here. If I go to conversations, you'll see it actually went out. Hey, C-Rod, it's Christian from IG. Here's the video walking through how we book appointments for realtors using AI. By the way, just wanted to make sure I had the right number. This is C-Rod, right? You see, and then once, I mean, I can't respond. I didn't put in my actual phone number. But once I respond, it'll go and it'll text them. It'll also follow up with them in one day, which is nuts, dude. It's absolutely nuts. So just like that, we're done with this. The other thing we have to add on is we need, if I go to the AI agent here, we go to train AI. I need to connect my calendar, which I need to figure out how to do. Yeah, okay, so the only calendar it could select is through a Go High Level calendar, which is interesting. So I believe if I go here, I need a, well, you know what? We'll also add the contact here in case, just so we can have it on High Level. So add field, we'll go full name. This will be the user full name. I mean, we'll go first name, last name. First name, user, first name. Then we'll go last name, user, last name. Then we'll go phone. This will be user, phone. I believe this should be it. No, phone. Last name will go as email. It might be a custom value now that I think about it. So I need to check the form. Okay, so yeah, let's see. First name. Okay, no, I think we're good then. Just like this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Who cares? We'll save this. We'll come back here. Then we'll go to. I've never used Go High Level Calendar, so I'm actually not sure. Calendars. I need to add my calendar. No, new calendar. Yeah. Calendar name. Cold DM. Sales calls. Wait, do they see this? They won't see this. We don't need a team member. Or we do need a team member. Where the hell am I? What the hell? That's so weird. Or maybe I just connect my Google Calendar. So if I go here, It's not for my staff, dude. It's for freaking me. Oh, I might have to go to the agency view level and then go to settings and then go to, where's it at? Calendar. I think I'm tripping. Damn, okay. So it says I'm not part of the staff, which is just insane. Like, how am I not part of it? You know? Select calendar. No. Add them to the sub account from the team section. What the f? Sorry if you hear Shelby barking it up. So add user. Can I add myself? So weird, dude. So freaking weird. Okay, well, I mean, we're just gonna create a calendar and we'll figure this out as we go, huh? New calendar, personal bookings, / I'll just do my calendar, screw it. / buyer calendar. Okay, please select team member. I am not there, brother. So we'll just select my boy Aaron. Meeting duration, we'll go 30 minutes. Confirm. Dude, calendar 1. Like, this is pissing me off, man. It's pissing me off. Here's the link. Here's the embed code. Okay, so if I go back here then, we only have a million Agent Kong tabs open, so we're doing good there. I needed to connect to my Google Calendar to not layer sales calls on top of times that I already have calls. Well, I guess we'll get there. So yeah, calendar 1, save changes. Yeah, we needed to confirm the time zone of the prospect. Save contact time zone. Yes. Save changes. Okay, so now we pretty much have it set up. The only thing is I need it to be linked to my, I need it to be linked to my calendar. Yeah, they're not going to see any of this. So the AI just manually books them into a call. So it should just book them on. Availability. Yeah, I mean this is fine for now. So we'll go with this. Next steps. Well, I'll answer some Q&A real quick because we got my boy Rajwan commenting. He said, "Yo, I'm back here going through all the vids, just making sure I haven't missed anything. I'm glad you were traveling. Let's take this to the moon." I got the accounts with 1K followers. The number has been decreasing, of course, but I thought of posting random posts. It looks like I post some stuff. I wouldn't keep the accounts private. I would post a couple of posts and then I would have it public and just make the posts like some lifestyle posts, some valuable posts if you can. So some reels, some stories in the captions, just as much content as possible. Shelby Barbie, yo. Sorry, Shelby's going nuts. Anyways, that's it for today's daily update. Next steps is to get the VSL done. I feel like I've said that in every single video. I think it's going to be so cool to look back on this channel in a couple of months. I think I'm going to make a compilation of all these videos once I get like my first 5K client, just like throw it into one big video. But yeah, we're making progress. AI agents are built for myself and now for future clients, and it's going to be freaking sick, dude. So stay in touch. Stay tuned in. Stay locked in. All right. I'll see you real soon. Peace.